Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Queen Blessing Ibigesin, popularly known as Black Queen. I'm a Nollywood actress and a filmmaker. I'm the president and founder of Queen Blessing Foundation and the vice president of Association of Movie Producers Nigeria. This morning, I want to just talk about an issue I started tweeting the before yesterday. Okay, so this lady contacted me. She lives in Onitsha and she got married in 2016. Yes, and she's married to an Igbo man. I think he said the man is from Uri or something like that, but she is Delta. And I mean, it's a lot of mess in the relationship. I don't even know. I gave her my advice, but let me just quickly put it out here so that you guys can also help me out in this regard. Okay, so the problem is that she's been married to this man since 2015, about 5 years. 2016, about 5 years now, and they don't have children. The mother-in-law does not like her. In fact, she said even the very first day they brought her to introduce to the family, the mother-in-law walked out. And it was when she was leaving, she went to greet the mother-in-law in the kitchen. And then the mother-in-law asked for her name, and then she told her, and then she left. But from day one, the father-in-law welcomed her and loved her, but the man is dead now. Okay, so now the issue is that when they were dating, let me take you back to the problem. When they were dating, she said she schooled in the, I can't even remember where she said she schooled now. I think in the East, and then, the man lived in River State. So she would go to River State maybe twice a month or once a month to visit this man. And then she asked the man which business he does. The man said he owns a supermarket. She went to the supermarket and saw it, that it was true. Okay, and then so the relationship continued. So when she passed out and finished her NYC, the man proposed in 2015, and in 2016 they got married. Then she now relocated completely to meet this man in River State. Now she said that when she moved to River State, when she was doing her NYC, or when she was schooling, she was doing all these small businesses to sustain herself, so she was kind of very okay. So when she now moved to River State, changing your environment, changing everything, you need some time to adjust. So it was then she now found out that the business the man claims is his business is not his business. Now there's somebody that always comes to take stock, to check and everything. So one day she now asked the man, why is this man always coming here to take stock and everything? He now told her that it's a joint business, that they both own the business. Now say, but the man is not behaving like both of you owns this business. They say, and that's how he behaves and everything. And I say, okay, for this kind of co-partner that is so aggressive like this, I think you should start saving your own money so that we can open our own business and everything. So they started saving up money and everything. The next thing, the man pulled out from that business. I think he had issues with the owner. That was when she now finally found out that the business is actually not co-owned. Because first of all, he said it was his business. Second time, when she found out that somebody was coming to check, he then said, be taking notes. So he then said it was a joint business. Now later she found out that it wasn't even a joint business, that the man owned that business. So the man left the business because the other partner, or the owner, said he didn't want him again. So they now started going back and front, from hand to mouth, nothing to do. Then she started doing baking from the house. She would do baking, she would sell to shops, she would sell around, but she didn't have enough money to do the business. She asked the man for money when the man was still running that shop, to give her money to do baking business. The man refused. Anyway, so fast forward, she now took a loan. They both took a loan, but both of them are part of the loan, and the man decided to start a business with it. So she will now go to Onitsha to buy goods and bring for the man to sell and all of that. And back and front like that, she fell sick. So when she went to the hospital, they discovered that she has STDs. Started treating this STD. She was treated. After a while, she got STDs again. She went again, they treated her. So the doctor then said, your husband needs to also come for treatment. So the husband came, they checked him, and they said they found out that he also had the STD. They decided treating the man. According to her, it took 3 years. He was on drugs. In fact, there was a time they gave him an injection that nearly killed him, because they said that the STDs they had was chronic. Okay, so if you look at it, you will see that he was the one that infected her with STDs. That one is in one side. Now she also said, I'm trying to remember, I cram all these things and then I just start talking about them because I don't like playing people's voice notes. Then she said that this children matter. One day when the marriage was about a year old, the mother-in-law said, you are still here, you haven't given birth and everything. So she was worried. She complained to the husband, how can your mother be talking about children? It's just 1 year of her marriage, it's still early. Anyway, fast forward 3 years into the relationship, no children. So she now decided to seek help. So she said that while she was in uni, she was pregnant and of course a couple of times and removed it, and she was thinking that God was punishing her for those times she had abortions. Okay, so she went to the hospital. So they checked her and they said there was nothing wrong with her. That she was very, very okay. So she now told her husband that I have gone for checkup. Oh, they said I'm okay. Can you also go for checkup? The man said no. You know how it is in this part of the world where if a woman cannot conceive, everybody thinks it's a woman that has a problem. Nobody wants to think that maybe it's a man or anything like that. So the man refused. So she kept talking to the man. One day the man opened up to her and said he has low sperm count. The woman asked, how long have you found out you have? They said before they got married. Now say, if you have low sperm count, you know you need help for us to get pregnant. Why did you allow me go through this trauma, through stress, through so many things without telling me? Why will you even marry me without telling me your medical condition to know if I really want to step into this marriage or not? Because I want children. I'm not going to stay in a marriage without children. I want children. So said that the man apologized and everything. I said, okay, fine. This is the situation. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's go and get help. So they went to a doctor. The doctor decided they started treating him. And they don't have enough money to do IVF. That would have been the best option, to assist the man's sperm and just fertilize it and put it in her womb. But they don't have, you kind of know that's an option, but an expensive one. So they decide to do treatment, to start taking medicine to boost the man's sperm so that it can become, high enough to get the woman pregnant. So as that was going on, she decided to sought spiritual help. She went to a pastor who told her that the man has a lot of problems and that she can never give birth in that marriage, and that the man has spiritual problem. And so she came back and she said she told the man. The man said, this one, that. Okay, so let's go to another pastor, your own this time. So the man took her. They went to a pastor that he knows. The pastor said the same thing, and they told, at this point, I now asked us, okay, when this, because me, I don't believe in you telling me my problems. Tell me my problem and give me solution, or don't tell me my problem, just give me solution. And she said that the solution was that the man would do some things, that a particular man asked him to drop 100,000 to buy the things they will need for sacrifice and all that. The man refused to bring the money, and now asked, did he have the money? He said yes, that he has the money, because they took a loan and they started the business. That even when they took the loan, he begged him to give her, they took loan of 800,000. He begged him to give her 100,000 out of that money, because they both took that loan, so that she can start doing her baking business again, because the baking business had to fold up when they didn't have money. They were eating everything. They ate both the profit and the capital. Now the man refused. Okay, so you people should be taking note. So in this case now, he refused to also do the thing that they wanted him to do, the sacrifice or whatever it is. And they said the man asked for 100,000. He said he didn't have, and he didn't want to do. Now, moving back, she said, I now said, how do you believe that there is problem in this family? True. He said because she went to the one she knows, the man took her to the one he knows, the same thing. Okay, she now said, let her even go down about the history of the family. She didn't know before she married the man, the history, that the mother had 11 children, and she was the first 5 died. So it's like they did something, they entered into a covenant with whatever it is, and before this remaining 6 now stayed, before she started giving birth, that stayed. So, and for every woman that has married into that family, that's the 6 children that this woman has, for every woman that has married them, lost a child or 2 before the rest started staying. So, and that is like there's a covenant that they entered, that the woman is not saying or something like that the woman hates her completely. So I now said, okay, so let me understand you well so that I can know where to come from. Where are you at the moment? She said she's been in Onitsha for 9 months, that she became depressed, that sometimes the man doesn't care, the man doesn't, he's not emotional, he's not romantic, he doesn't talk to her, there's no, even cut her out off from her friends, cut her out from her relations, that even when the mother call, the man will not be happy if she picks the manager like that. So they now started treating that infection. So she called her husband and told her husband that this is what I have, oh, I need money. The man didn't send the money. So she said last month the man was passing through Onitsha to somewhere. He told her that he was coming to Onitsha, that she should come and meet him in the park. She went to the park to meet this man. The man gave her 10,000 naira. That is what the only thing he has given her in the last 9 months. So he now told her that this 10,000 I'm giving you, I want you to pack your things and come back to the house in River State. I'm giving you 1 month to come back. If you don't come back, forget about this marriage and relationship. And now I asked her, I said, okay, is there domestic violence in this relationship? Because that is the only time I usually advise people to divorce, because marriage no dey heaven. She now said the man has beaten her more than twice before, but like it's not a constant occurrence. It's something that happens once, that in the course of their 5 years marriage, the man has beaten her maybe more than twice, So I said, okay, so let's rule out domestic violence. That's not the issue. The issue is lack of trust, lack of money, lack of attention, lack of everything, lack of children. She said yes. I said, okay, let's take it one by one. You said you were depressed. How are you now? She said she's feeling better, that she has her friends talking to her and everything. She's praying to her God. She goes to church and this and that. I said, okay, number one, in everybody's life, happiness is the most important thing. 2 good heads are better than 1. But 1 bad head can come and contaminate yours that is good. In this whole narration you've told me, it's like there's never a time you were happy. And if you are not happy in anything, I think the best thing is to call it quits, because it is this sad times that will make domestic violence come in or whatever. Before you know, boom, 1 person is dead. And I said to her, I said, okay, so let's look at it like this. You are having infection repeatedly. It's either after the man was treated, he went back, or maybe he has this standby girlfriend that he's dating, and that it's like this. When you have multiple relationships and you have infection and you treat your own, that person does not treat their own. The person sleeps with you, he will give it to you again. Now, if that one treats his own, you treat your own. The 3rd person or the 4th person in that also circle of relationship does not treat their own. When you and him are okay, he goes to sleep with that woman again, he will get that infection, he will bring it back to you, and then he will just keep coming like this and going like this, coming like this and going like this. So I said the constant infection that this man is having is either he's having a girlfriend somewhere that he's treating his own and the girl is still infecting him, or it's that this thing has stayed in his body for years and has turned to, according to you, his own was chronic, has turned to something that comes and goes. I don't know, doctors will explain that. So I said, so that is number 1. So your life should be important. Your life should be very, very important. He's infecting you with things that are being treatable. What about the day he infects you with the one that will not be treatable? That's number 1. Then number 2, the marriage from beginning was built on lies. A man knows that the shop is not his shop. He claimed that the shop is his. Then you find out the man tells you he's co-owner. Then you later find out that he's not even a co-owner. I said, okay, so why didn't you leave? She said she didn't leave because of what people will say. That people will say maybe she came into the marriage because of the money. I said, look, there is nothing like you came into marriage because of money. Nobody should marry you with the pretense that they can take care of you and not be able to take care of you. Number 1, when you change location, you need at least a year to 2 to adjust to that particular area, to start making money or to start making ends meet. The person you're going to meet in that location should be able to take care of you. Now, when you want to get married, you should know what your finances are. Can I take care of my wife? Can I take care of myself? Can I take care of my wife when she gives birth? Because some people are very lucky. Immediately they marry, boom, that same month they are pregnant. The 9 months later they've given birth. And then some people are so extremely fertile that as they are giving birth 9 months later, before the child is 3 months, they are pregnant again. Is it such a person that is vomiting all over the place, pouring saliva, that will go to work? So you'll be the one to be providing for this woman until she's done having her children, if she's that kind of person that has that body. Or you will need to do family planning and know how you space your children so that she can also work and bring money to the family. However, in this case, there was nothing like that. There was lies. So this woman went into that marriage thinking that this man can provide for her. And then she later found out that the man cannot provide. And you stayed, which is honorable and good, because marriage is for better, for worse. Now you stayed, took a loan for him. You guys started a business together. He's doing the business. You are even going to Onitsha back and forth to buy things for him to sell. Give you money for you to do your own baking business. He said no. So number one, the man is not supportive. He's not supportive and he's a liar. You know, as if that's not bad enough, you later find out 3 years into your relationship, into your marriage, that he has low sperm count. Something he knew years before he married you. Couldn't he have told you? So that you know, there are some people that marry and they don't even want children. Do you understand? If children come, fine. If they don't come, marriage is not because of children. No. Marriage is for me and you. The children are the blessings that comes with marriage, and God can decide to put that blessing into it or decide not to. So when people go into marriage, it's not just because of children. You go into marriage because I love you, you love me, I want us to be together. And if children comes, fine. That is the gift that comes with marriage. It's one of the gifts that comes with marriage. So we need to get this straight. So there are people that will say, look, I love you, I want to marry you, I don't care if we have children or not. So if you tell the woman, I have low sperm count, I might not be able to have children. If the woman agrees, fine. You tell the man, I don't have a womb, I might not be able to have children. If the man agrees, fine. It's fine. But don't go into any relationship without telling the man or the woman, to giving them the real picture. It's traumatizing when you later find out in the course of your so many years of marriage that you can't have children because your husband has low sperm count or because your wife does not have a womb. If you find out before the marriage, then you are better prepared. And so that's another lie. And so I told the woman, I said, look, there's a lot of issues in this marriage. You're already depressed. You're coming out of depression little by little. This man didn't tell you about his finances when you married him. You stayed. He didn't tell you about the low sperm count. You stayed. And, you know, he's not supportive. He's not cooperative. His family, especially his mom. And I said, but you're not even married to the mom. For all I care, if the man was sweet and good, you can actually overlook the mom. You guys are not living together. If she wants to be your friend, fine. If she doesn't want to be your friend, that's her own wahala. And then this children issue too, then they even told the man what to do and the man is not ready to do it. I said, so another thing you need to know is that when the devil wants to put you in bondage, he blocks every sense for you to reason. So even when you are seeing solution, you'll be reluctant to take that solution because the devil wants you to continue to be in that bondage. So I told her, I said, don't blame this man. Whatever bondage is in is the one controlling his mind and body. He cannot want to leave that bondage because the devil has held him captive in that bondage. So I now asked her, I said, all the things you have told me, do you still want to be, because you are the one that is wearing that shoes and you know where it pitches. Do you still want to be in this marriage? Knowing that he lied about his finances, knowing that he lied about his inability to have children, knowing that he has spiritual issues that are affecting you now, do you still want to be in the marriage? She said, to be honest, her mind has left that marriage years ago. That she has her things in that house, she wants to go and pick. I said, look, go back and pick your things. Stay apart for a while. Think about it properly. If you think that you still want to stay in that marriage, you go back. But if you think that because he's not standing up to look for solutions for you to have children, because she said, she emphasized on it, she loves children, she wants children. For you to have children and for him to be supportive, he doesn't do anything for you and all of that, my dear, then you can get a divorce. They not born you the same day. Marriage is not by force. Okay? That was my advice for her. And then she went on to say that she spent 5 years of her life, she doesn't know what to do, she doesn't know where to start from. And I told her, where did you start from when you started going to school? When you paid your way through school and did everything and became a graduate, how did you start? Was it the man that paid your school fee? She said, no. I said, so? This is a man you met 5 years ago and you are 33. So what happened to you for 28 years? The same thing that happened to you for 28 years before you met this man. Go back to doing the same thing. Pick your life together. The day they gave birth to you, they did not give birth to that man that day. You guys don't have the same placenta. That is didn't work, so what? Then you now go and kill yourself, you don't move on. You have to move on. That is life for you. When life throws you lemons, you turn it to lemonade and move on. That was my advice for her. I told her, I said, when God say don't finish for you, now you finish. When human being say don't finish, my dear, it just they start when God will start to bless you. So I've told her to stay apart from the man. Excuse me, for the time being. Figure out if she wants to go back. At the end of the day, the decision is her decision. But whatever you want to choose in this life, you must choose happiness first. Nobody can love you the way you love yourself. That's just the truth. Happiness is the key. Happiness is everything. Don't compromise this. Don't compromise it with anything, no matter what. That's my advice. So you guys should advise her. What do you think she should do with this man? Should she go back as the man has given her ultimatum 1 month to go back or forget the marriage? Should she go back? And do you think that prayers can solve everything? She should go back and still keep praying that the man will change and everything will be better? Should she just forget about the marriage and move on? She's already depressed. Please, whatever you're going to say here, be nice. She's going to read it because she's following me. She's been following me for years. So maybe your advice might even be better than mine, because at the end of the day, I just told her to stay apart from the relationship for a while, and then by the time she gets herself together and come out of the depression, she will choose whether she wants to divorce this man or just move on. At the end of the day, marriage no dey heaven. They no go give you another size of grave or another position for heaven if you die as a missus. Anyway, that was it though. You guys should help me out in this regard. What's the best option? What do you think you should do? I really want to hear from you, and she's waiting to also hear from you. I love you guys.